Peace. What is going on, world? It is something crazy going on today. I don't know if y'all could see it, but my countdown was on the fritz. Peace. What's going on, world? Happy Friday. Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. Happy to be here, man. Shout out to everyone who came through today. Had to shut that thing down. Hey. But yeah, man, shout out to everyone in the chat right now. Early Peace, what's going on, brother? Good to see you up in here. Warpath, good to see you as well. Soul Tiger, peace to you. Joshua McGee, what's going on, brother? Soul Tiger, it is all good, man. Take your time, do what you got to do, fam. Handle your biz. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody who is watching right now. No matter where in the world you are at this time. If it's your first time to the channel, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Turn on notifications. You know what it is. Peace. What's going on, Tommy? I appreciate y'all patience as well. Sorry for starting late. Just a reminder again for those of you who don't know, I did start a new position with Words Beats in Life. And yeah, we have meetings and stuff that happen like right before I go live and stuff. So yeah, I typically have to squeeze in time to do the live like during my break and all of that good stuff. And they know what I do, so it's all love. Hence why I'm usually here doing a little bit of fundraising as well. So just a quick reminder, for those of you who end up watching the recap or those of you who want to donate to the organization, you will see when you watch the recap, you will see an option to donate to Words Beats in Life and all that good stuff. But yeah, man. Yo, it really was, man. Kwanzaa was super dope per usual. Man, you know, spent some great time with the kids and stuff. Had some great conversations. On the last day of Kwanzaa, instead of going to traditional caribou, the last day of Kwanzaa is January 1st. Oh, and I ain't, hold up. Let's rewind for a second. Happy New Year, everybody. My bad. Happy New Year. You know what I mean? Happy New Year, man. Grateful to be here with y'all. Grateful for another year. More life, more love, more peace. More of everything that makes us feel good about life and excites us to wake up and be active in the world and contribute in a meaningful way. So, yeah, man. But yeah, the last day of Kwanzaa is also, you know, Haitian Independence Day. And I am Haitian by association. I've been married into a Haitian family for well over 20. You know, I've been married officially into one for just a little bit over 20 years. And 26 years, if you're counting the years of us dating. So, yeah, man, you know, we have a tradition of going to meet up with family and having something called Soup Jumu. Which is another name that it goes by is like Freedom Soup, and it's like a squash soup. It's amazing, super good. So it was super dope, man. Just spending time with family we hadn't seen in a while, and you know, kicking it with my mother-in-law and cousins on that side of the family, and the kids being together, having fun. Sometimes during that last day of Kwanzaa, we would link up with my man, Brother Victorious. Sorry about that. My man, Brother Victorious, and a lot of our friends in the community, like the group Godzilla and my man Sherm the Barber and so many other folks. So we'll usually link up and do caribou with them. This year we weren't able to do it because, you know, that event was a bit early and we didn't even leave the first event we were at until kind of late. So, but yeah, man, it was super dope. I really appreciate you asking, fam. Thank you. But yeah, man, once again, peace to everyone in the chat. Happy New Year to y'all. Lots to cover. Don't have time to cover everything today. But yeah, I remember you mentioned that in artistry, if I remember correctly. I always wanted to try that. Yeah, man, it's pretty good. If you like that's the thing. Even if you're not a squash person, because squash, like the soup, even though squash based, it really doesn't taste like when I've had like, you know, like soup, other soups that I've had. It doesn't really taste like that. It doesn't really taste like squash dishes that I've had. It's very much its own thing, and so it's kind of hard to give folk like a comparison. And then the kind that I have is a bit different than the traditional kind because we don't eat beef. So so like a lot of times we'll have it without meat. And but it has a lot of the squash, there's pasta in it, there's potato, a habanero pepper, so got a little bit of kick, and then like just there's a ton of other ingredients in it. But man, you can find videos online with people kind of breaking it down, even teaching people how to make it. My wife is excited to try to make it for the first time starting next year. So that's going to be interesting to say the least, man, and we're excited about that. But yeah, man, but let's do something real quick. Quick shout out to everybody. So just a quick rundown of what we're going to cover today. Talk about upcoming events, Q&A, and also going to do a lyric breakdown of the song Soar. My man Warpath, fellow member of the Brotherhood of Capricorns, we're gonna celebrate. I said that like in honor of the fact that this brother's been asking forever. You know what I mean? Like it's time we go ahead and did a lyric breakdown of that. Disclaimer though, squash when done right, like anything, man. When it's done right, it can be pretty good. That sounds great. Actually, the only vegetable I dislike is green beans. Haters gonna hate. There's no green beans in it. So yeah, you should be good. We had Three Sisters mash at holidays. The Iroquois and Cherokee called corn, bean, and squash the Three Sisters. Wow, okay. Because they nurture each other like family when planted together. That's dope. That's super dope. Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing that. That's dope. All right. So, man, we got a lot to cover today. There was something I was supposed to look up in the background, so let me bring this up before I forget. I think I got it. Shazam. Okay, cool. And let's put that over there. I'm just adjusting stuff for later when I do this breakdown, because I thought I had certain things already out here, but I did not. So let me bring this up on the screen. And then also, thank you for honoring it, bro. I've been waiting on this one for a long time. Yo, listen, when we finally do it, one of the things I'll say now before we jump into the lyric breakdown and run through these other slides is like, first off, I haven't listened to that song in a while, right? It's not a song I return to. And so, I could wait to say this during the breakdown, but, I'm keep it a buck now. And, like, when I listen to it, I remember why. Because when I wrote it, I was really, really proud of what I wrote, how I delivered it on the track and all of that. But if I'm being fully honest, the thing that kills me and makes it hard to listen to is the mix. The mix of the track I do not love. This has been a problem, not with all of the Japanese producers I work with, but but like, notoriously, like the first album I did with Nujabes oftentimes gets critiqued on the mix of it, and like how like buried in the music sometimes my vocals are. But this track in particular might be one of the tracks where it's like, like I'm so buried in the mix that I know what I said and it's hard for me to understand what I'm saying. So I can only imagine, how challenging it might be for others, you know what I mean? So that's probably my biggest pet peeve, and why like I was like, I really, really love what I did over the music, and I love the music, hence why I wrote the rhymes. And so like, it's really kind of, people underestimate like what a great mix can do. So it's dope that people love it and all of that, but it's definitely hard for me to return to a lot of times, because I'm just, the creator in me is nitpicking a ton. And man, it's just being real. Peace and love. What's going on, Sal? Hope everyone had a great new year and hope for great things for all of this 2025, man. Same to you. Warpath says, I can respect that. Would like to hear how it would sound if you mixed it. Man, and I think I'm cool. I think I'm all right. You know what I mean? But I definitely think, there's a way like to make it so everything feels balanced, right? Like you can hear every instrument in the actual music itself. And what's interesting is I don't know if language barrier has anything to do with this, but something I think a realization I came to at some point while working with a lot of MCs, not just in Japan, but even other places. But mostly this has been a problem with producers I work with in Japan, and that's that. Hold on, that's that. With some of them, not all, where English, like some of them that I work with speak some English, and then some don't speak any at all, and oftentimes have to have an interpreter. There have been some cases where I've worked with MCs where that has been the case, where like oftentimes I have to speak to someone else, speak through someone else to speak to them. That oftentimes the lyrics seem to be buried in the mix the most. The reason why I point that out is because I often view myself as an instrument. But the thing is, vocals, even though vocals play the role of an instrument somewhat, they're more of the lead instrument, or they are typically mixed as the lead instrument. And it's partly because it's not just about the sound of them, it's actually the content as well, like what's being said. And so you have to mix it a certain way so that someone who understands that particular language, they're trying to be able to decipher what's being said, right? Now, if someone doesn't understand that language and really is just kind of going off their tone, the feel, how they hit the rhythm and this, that, and the third, what's being said isn't as important, right? And I find this to be true when I listen to music from artists from other countries, right? Like this band I love called South Penguin from Japan. They just have I like their tone. I like the sounds of their voice, the textures in their voice, like in the voice of the lead vocalist, like all of that. I have no idea what they're saying mostly until they use a few Japanese words that I know. And so I bring that up because their voice, because I don't know what they're saying, their voice just feels like another instrument in the music, right? And so I think I can understand how people could mix that way. Like I would hear producers say things like, when they would hear mixes like that, be like, oh man, they're super in love with like their beat, right? Like where it's like they're trying to bury the MC so they can hear more of what they put into the beat. I've seen that as the case a few different times. There's only been a few times I've ever worked with producers in the States who've done that. But even those people, when I've worked with them and I've dealt with stateside producers or maybe like producers in Europe who've done that, most of those producers were influenced by producers in Japan. So it wasn't so much I don't know how much of it was like they're trying to make their stuff sound like these folks who they're inspired by versus that's really what made the most sense to them. I don't know, man. It's like, I can't really speak for them, but it's just interesting kind of hearing people's different takes on mixing and how they make certain decisions and where to put certain things. Oftentimes I find that when I would mix my stuff, my vocals would maybe sit higher than they do when mixed by producers I work with in Japan. However, they would still sit lower than when I would send it out to be mixed by somebody like Tone or like other engineers I've worked with. And that's largely because I know what I'm saying. So even when I'm a little bit lower in the mix, I can still follow along fairly easy because I know what's being said. So to just kind of get the best out of it, I send it elsewhere to someone else who's kind of mixing with a different ear, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, stuff y'all ain't asked for, but stuff that I'm sharing. You know what I mean? But I appreciate y'all. Let me fix something over here. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate your patience for waiting this long for the joint. And where'd it go? All right, so let me share something real quick because of the technical issue that started at the beginning of the show. I didn't take time to tweet out that we were going live, and so let me just send this tweet real quick. Talk amongst yourselves, and I'll be done before you know it. Hold on. And then we're going to jump into promoting this. Boom. All right, cool. That is done there. We're going to send this one here. And then, yes, another one. All right, cool. I forgot to do Instagram as well, but we'll come back and I'll handle that a little bit later. But yeah, man. All right, cool in the gang. Let's do this. All right. Okay, so let's bring up this background joint so we can do this, man. And yo, your boy's been busy too, man. One of the things that's not in the slideshow, but is definitely coming this month is I am finally going to drop Adultish 2.0. So yeah, I'm just finalizing things this weekend and between this weekend and next. Ideally, I'd like to drop it on Bandcamp within the next 2 weeks. So that's what's going to happen, but I will keep you posted. So just notice that when I talk about 2025 plans, if you don't see a slide for that, that's there was some drama or whatever I had to deal with prior to the show starting. So I didn't have time to grab it from a different computer to put it into the slideshow. But yeah, I just want to let you know that, yeah, that's still happening. Don't you worry about a thing, as Stevie Wonder would say. Now, real quick reminder, please support the channel. If you don't mind, you can donate via the Super Chat, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever you choose. I appreciate it. It's never mandatory, but always appreciated. All right, so let's bring this graphic up, and then we'll keep it pushing. Where'd it go? There we go. Boom, boom. Shazam. All right. So, first off, quick reminder, 10 Winners is out right now. I know what you're thinking. Oh, winter breaks. You know, that season, you know what I mean? The holiday season's over, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, it's still winter. So 10 Winners is still rockable. Still can last you through the season. Go ahead, keep that in rotation. If you have not heard it yet, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I'm not here to judge, but you need to make some time for your boy Substantial and Marcus D, together known as BopAlloy, and check out this song, 10 Winners, man. It is a banger. It's doing crazy, man. Like, I appreciate the love and seeing the numbers and stuff, man. I appreciate y'all for keeping it in rotation. But yeah, that is out right now. Now, let's go ahead and do this rundown of plans for 2025. This is not everything. This is just kind of just the stuff real quick off the top of my head that I could share with y'all. But there are other things lined up that I'm not going to really get into the details of just yet. Because, man, it's January. Don't need to tell you the whole plan for the whole year. But these are key things to know. So first and foremost, you know that I work with Words, Beats, and Life. And we are always looking for people who can support the organization and our works. Different ways you can support are by going to wbl.inc.org and making a donation. Or what you can also do is you can, if you're watching the playback of this video, under the video or off to the side, you will see a donation tab. You can go ahead and donate right here on YouTube, or by watching an old episode of Substantial Weekly, you can actually donate there as well. Also, by going over to the Salt and Pepper video, which should have a donation link as well. So yeah, man, definitely consider donating to Words, Beats, and Life. But other ways you can support what we're doing. If you're in the DMV, you can attend some of our events. Come out and have a great time with us. So like the first event that I'm going to be at this year, not featured performing, but just hanging out with some of the team and all of that good stuff. So this weekend, we start our first hip hop karaoke of 2025. We do this the first Sunday of every month. So if you're ever in the DMV or you're already in the DMV and you're looking to have a good time, you can come out and do some karaoke with us. Hip hop, R&B, all that good stuff. Always a good time. So definitely come out. It's a lot of fun. Hoping to see you there. Let's go to the comments real quick. Not sure if you heard of him, but I love you on a Soul Chef beat. Man, I appreciate it. I'm very familiar with Soul Chef. Definitely our names come up in a lot of the same playlists and things like that, or like recommended artists. You listen to one, like usually, like I think he comes up in mine. And on certain sites, I've seen my name pop up in his recommendations as well. So yeah, man, shout out to Soul Chef. I don't know them personally, but yeah. BopAlloy here to save the day. You know it at all times. At all times. Let's see. All right, so keep it pushing. All right, the big one right here. February 7th. That's a Friday night. We're doing the Think Different tribute jam. I'll be performing a good amount of the music that I've recorded and done with Nujabes over the years. Also planning a special surprise or whatever, a track that of his that I did like a remix to back in the day, but we never dropped. So you know, playing around with that. And then also a track that we wanted to drop, but things didn't work out with the feature and stuff, so we ultimately didn't release it. So I'll be performing the version of it that was minus the features parts on it. But yeah, man. So yeah, doing our thing, man, with the live band. We got like lots of features coming through, such as. We got DJ RBI, who's going to be spinning music throughout the night. It's also important to remember that Friday, February 7th, is also Nujabes' 51st birthday, as well as Dilla's birthday. And so I'm sure RBI is going to be playing some joints from both artists. And then we're going to have some dope beat sets by AJ Rios, Lizzie Blue. As I mentioned, my band's going to be performing with us. But the reason why this is called a tribute jam and not just a tribute show, because it's not just going to be me and my band performing. We're going to have live graffiti art done by Shawnee She. Shawnee is a DC-based graph artist and visual artist who actually did the artwork for this flyer that y'all are looking at now. As soon as I get it to go back. Yeah, so Shawnee killed it with the artwork. Honored to be working with them, man. They're super talented, and yeah, it's just super excited to have them come out. It's gonna be hosted by my boy Javier Stark, so that's gonna be a good time. Javi's good people. He's probably gonna get on the mic and do a little something. Years ago, he worked on a Dilla tribute project, so I'm sure he'll probably give a sample of that too. Again, this event in particular is more focused on the music that I've done with Nujabes, but of course, because of the time of year that it's in, you'd be hard pressed to go to any hip hop function that doesn't have, during February, that's not showing love to either Nujabes or Dilla. But we're not marketing this as a Dilla tribute show or technically a Nujabes tribute show. It's more so just a celebration of the music, in particular, that we've done together. You know what I mean? So definitely, if you can come out, please do so. It's going to be a great time. Speaking of birthdays, happy early birthday to my GOAT. Oh, man. Man, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Quick sidebar. My birthday is next Tuesday. I turned 46 years old, man. Counting my blessings. It's actually kind of I'll probably talk about it a little more next week, but it's an interesting birthday. Like, interesting probably is the better word. Not I was gonna say scary, but yeah, man. The reason why I say that is because I will officially be the age my father was when he passed. So it's kind of crazy, man. Like, just thinking about that and all of that, and knowing where he was in his life around that age versus where I am in my life, and all of that. Just reflecting on a lot, man. Counting my blessings. Reflecting on decisions I made. good and bad, like how I got to this point, and looking back at the things I have that, so much that I've done that I'm proud of and grateful to even have these opportunities and get to do what I do in spite of all the challenges that come with the life that I've chosen. And yeah, man. So I appreciate the love, homie, and thank you so much, man, for the $20 contribution. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? Keeping me and mine off these poles. I appreciate the support, brother. Thank you. Could never forget it. It's the same day as my brothers. That's what's up. Yeah, man. And we are one day away from the homie Sherm the Barber. His birthday is tomorrow. So, man, if y'all see Sherm online, y'all be sure to shout him out. Peace. What's going on, fam? Good to see you up in here, man. Thanks for joining us. Hey, George Foreman became champ again at that age, I think. I mean, listen, you know what I mean? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. And this new album that I got with Marcus D sounds great. And excited for people to hear it, man. Really, really proud of the work we've been doing. And yeah, man. Good vibes all around. Hey, peace. What's going on? Happy New Year, brother. Thanks for joining us, man. All right, so let's get back into these 2025 plans. All right, so another big thing, man, Javier Starks. I am not the only one who has a project produced by Marcus D. Javier Starks has one that is, he has a 6-song EP that is totally produced by Marcus D. Features DJ Vega, features, who am I forgetting? Toasty, she's on it. Features me. Also features the homie Maglo, who's a friend of the show, and features, oh my God, I know her name. I'm blacking out right now. But yeah, features multiple different artists. The artist whose name is slipping me right now, her name is so close to my other friend's name, and I don't want to say it out loud because I know I'm wrong and I'm gonna butcher it. But they have done dope music on multiple anime and stuff like that, and she's featured on Javier's project. So that's coming this year as well. We're currently trying to secure a situation for him as opposed to releasing it ourselves. So we're exploring some options for some companies we've been in talks with, and if it pans out, then that's great. And if it does not, then we'll be releasing it ourselves. But you will be getting it regardless. You know what I mean? So that's going on. Super excited for y'all to hear that. We'll keep you posted as we get a bit closer. Let's go back to the comments. I can definitely relate to that. I was 10 when my mother passed. With my oldest being 10 this year, it was a scary but humbling year. Word. Yeah, man, super real. Super real. It's ironic, man, that you mentioned the 10 thing. That's how old I was when my father passed. So yeah, I definitely feel you. You know, God bless y'all beautiful family, man. But yeah, let's keep it going. In March, I will be at BlurredCon. You can catch me at BlurredCon March 7th through the 9th, where they're doing our sketch pads joint. So it's going to be super dope. Hope to see y'all there. Again, this is in the DMV. But yeah, so that's going on. Then in May, I will be in MomoCon. A fan hit me up, was like, yo, when you coming to Atlanta? And I had an answer for him. I was like, man, May 22nd through the 25th, you can catch me at MomoCon. We're going to be out there with our booth all weekend long. But we will also have, what's it called? We also will be doing panels. The show is Friday night. Show features me, Alan Z, Asheru, Aztec, who's done, music for Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm forgetting the name of the other joint. I wish my daughter was in here now. I know she knows, but the homie J Live is going to be there. Javier Starks is going to be there. This guy named Substantial, who's kind of cool, he's going to be there, and the homie Superstition as well. That is a juggernaut of indie hip hop legends right there, man. I'm in great company. And highly recommend that if you're in the area, you come out and support. It's going to be a dope show. Hachi, peace. What's going on? Happy New Year to you as well. and wish you nothing but the best, nothing but blessings. All right. Yeah, man. As I mentioned, new BopAlloy incoming. It's going down for real. So look out for that. Get a little stretch real quick. You know what I mean? These old bones. But yeah, man, look out for the new BopAlloy album. Super excited. Super excited for y'all to hear that. Yeah. So man, a lot to look forward to in 2025. But let's go back in time for a second. We're gonna go back in time. What we're gonna do right now is go back, way back in time. So let's talk about an old song, which the homie Warpath is a big fan of. Man, a song I'm very proud of. A song I wrote many years ago called Soar. So right now we're gonna get ready to do this lyric breakdown. So behind the scenes, I am quietly setting up to make sure that everything is everything. So hold on as I maneuver and manipulate what this is going to look like in the background. So we'll switch that. Boom. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah. Let's see. Hold on. I am missing something else. Go gadget. Put this banner. We don't need that right now, but what we do need. Hold on. I had it a second ago. Hold up. Yes, there we go. All right. Boom, we got that. And yes, media assets. Thank you. All right. All right. So we haven't done a lyric breakdown in a while, and it's only right that we started off, start the year off honoring one of our super supporters, man. Shout out to the homie. Warpath, man, has been supporting for a long time, and this is something that Warpath has been wanting to see for a minute. So we're going to start the year off honoring one of the homies by doing this lyric breakdown. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the channel. My name is Substantial, and it is officially time for... Oh, no. None of it's working. What is happening right now? Hold up. Yeah, man. I don't know what's happening with my graphics today, yo. All of my I'm about to try another graphic just to see how well it works. And, yeah, this is crazy. Hold up. Let's try this real quick. Yo, everything is acting insane right now. I'm sure y'all are seeing this, right? Where, like, it's, like, speeding through my graphics. I don't know why that's happening, but it's all good. I can edit that later. So, anyway... Man, if it's your first time to the channel, welcome. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Right now, we're about to do Anatomy of a Verse. Today, we're going to break down a song of mine that is produced by the homie Haruka Nakamura. And they're a Japanese producer who is on Hideout Productions. We dropped this song back in 2013, September 6th, 2013, I think it dropped. And yeah, man, it's very reminiscent of like some of the vibes of some of the music that people have heard me do with other Japanese producers over the years. Haruka is a very talented producer, multi-instrumentalist as well. And yeah, man, it's from their album. I think you pronounce it Melodica. But yeah, so let's test this audio real quick just to make sure this is coming through. And then we will get started. Hold on one second. All right, 1 second. All right. So yeah, so we got to do this, and then I got a jet. I just got a message that lets me know I got to go. But yeah. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Make sure this song is loaded up. Boom, boom. Boom. All right, let's make sure it's showing up here, though. sorry about that. It was set up to come through, and it is, yo, all my stuff is tripping today, son. Here we go. All right, check 1, 2. Nope. I'm sorry, y'all. I appreciate y'all patience. Boom, boom. Make sure. Go gadget. There you go. Better work. Hey, what up? Steph is in the building. Quick question. It was also did many songs with Nujabes, right? I actually don't know how many they've done with them directly. But yeah, I know they were on Hideout. I think he played on a couple tracks by him as well. But again, I don't know how many offhand. All right. He's definitely not someone I met in the early Hideout days. I didn't meet him until after Janet passed away. So so I honestly don't know much about like how closely they worked outside of like the introduction I had after he passed away. All right. Let's see. Let's try it one more time. I think I got it. Yes. Okay. Here we go. All right. So let's get this tune playing. Appreciate y'all patience.
Just trying to find peace of mind. Sit back, let my seat recline. But it seems like somebody want a piece of mind. At war to the beast, resigned to make things right. Just trying to find peace of mind. Sit back, let my seat recline. But it seems like somebody want a piece of mind. At war to the beast, resigned to make things right. Battle with my heart now.
All right, so the hook says, just trying to find peace of mind, sit back, let my seat recline. But it seems like somebody want a peace of mind, at war to the beast resign, make things right. So yeah, man, the song basically, is it's implying that like in order for me to really soar, be my best self, do all the things that I want to do, first and foremost, I got to get things right with myself mentally, right? Like try to find as much peace of mind as I can, so that way I can soar, so I can fly as high as I can. So that way, I can be at peace with myself, be a bit more relaxed in the, I guess, the moves I'm making, as opposed to being so tense and stressed over everything I'm trying to accomplish. And then also talking about like, not just the inner war, but like, being out and about in the world or whatever, people who are constantly trying to take a piece of you, whether it's financially, whether it's, threats that could potentially take your life, people who mean you harm. So like being at war with that. And then it's like when I say at war until the beast resigns, right? Like we're constantly at war with the devil, right? At war with evil, like whether we're talking about literally, metaphorically, whatever. But just that balancing act of walking through life and trying to find peace in the midst of so much chaos. So that's what the hook deals with. Let's get into this verse, which already kind of partially started. Let me see if I can pull it back a little bit. And then, yeah, let's do it.
Like somebody want a piece of mind. At war to the beast, resign to make things right. Battle with my heart now that I've matured. Fight less, the more that I study the art of war.
Yeah, so that opening bar, like I do battle with my art now that I've matured. Fight less, the more that I studied the art of war. So, just this idea of like, figuring out what your gifts are, developing those gifts, and realizing that those gifts are a tool to create change, right? A tool to do battle with the things that mean this world and you harm, right? So it's a tool also to create other opportunities for you, right? Put you in a better place and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like the more I've grown, the more I've studied, the more I've learned over time, I've realized that like my gifts are weapons that aid me in my day-to-day struggles, in the battles that I have in life. Man, shout out to Gordon Parks, who has a book called your choice of weapons, right? Which is like why the song I did years later, well, not years, how many years ago was that? What was it? The track I did with the homie Millen, you know what I mean? That like basically shares a similar title. That's largely what it deals with. And so yeah, man, just something, this concept is something I've grappled with a lot over the years, but let's keep it going.
Less paper in a Baltimore. Move smarter, what's the point of working harder for? Back in the day, we hustled until our palms were sore. Daily reminder of them times we were kind of poor.
Yeah, man. This part kind of deals with the fact that, like, one of the things I've learned over time as I've developed my skill and my talent, like, basically, this concept of money, right? And the idea of what gives something value, right? Like when we think about the fact that like basically, the money we spend is paper that is backed by something else, you know what I mean? Whether it's gold or whatever. And like, so it's not the thing that you're holding a lot of times that has the value, right? So people want money because they believe it has value. So at some point in time, I realized that I was the thing, I was the person, I was the individual that added value in certain situations. And that, because I added value when I walked into spaces, I could use what I offered, how I added value as a form of currency. And that's ultimately what bartering is, right? Like understanding that I have something of value, you have something that I need. And the thing that, I do that adds value to whatever it is in your life that you're doing, that's something that you're interested in. So it doesn't make sense in some instances for me to give you money for the thing that you have that I want when I have something that you want as well. Like, why would I charge you for that? And then you charge me for the thing when we can just negotiate and say, well, hey, I have this thing, you have this thing, let's trade, right? Or like, I have this skill, you have this need, and a skill that I need as well. Let's barter. I'll do this for you if you're willing to do this for me. So that's definitely something that came with time, like learning how to barter, using the fact that I add value to create other opportunities for me or take care of certain needs I had. And so, that's what the whole idea of moving smarter, you know what I mean? My football coach would always say, work smarter, not harder, right? And, talking about this idea, like back in the day, like, hustling until our palms were sore. Like this idea, like, we work so hard, like physically work so hard a lot of times to gain very little. And so as I matured and learned certain things, like finding better ways to work and move forward to get the things I needed without having to drain myself physically and mentally so much, and so like those things serve as a daily reminder. So yeah, man, let's keep it pushing.
And by my people who were kind before the success and were blessed with a divine rapport. Thank the Lord for my family, Baltimore, the DMV, BK, getting across the shore. Y'all, of course, knew that I was born to soar when they laughed and raised a glass after the bottle pour.
Yeah, man. So, just a lot of this is me being grateful, me being grateful for what my skills and what the time I spent developing my craft, like what it's provided me over the years, but more so being thankful also, like I should say not more so, but also being thankful for my family, friends who supported me in different ways over the years, whether it's my family in Baltimore, my father's side of the family, my folks in more of the DMV area or whatever, like DC, Maryland, Virginia, the region where like all of those states connect, that region where a lot of my mom's family, at least some of them are from outside of North Carolina. And then like the friends and fam that I've gained like in not Baltimore, but in Brooklyn, hence BK. And then like me making mention of the people overseas as well. Like I wouldn't be working with Haruka had I not made, connection with Nujabes, had I not made a connection with my man Tomo in Brooklyn, who's originally from Japan, who connected me with Nujabes. So just giving thanks, like to the Most High, like for these relationships, for these people who've come in my life through some way, shape or form, and what they saw in me, right? Like they saw this, they saw that, like, I was destined to do like bigger things, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, just, had a moment, man, just really thinking about like how blessed I've been with the different type of support I've had over the years. But anyway, I'm gonna fly through the rest of this verse, get to the bridge and all that good stuff, because I gotta wrap this really soon and get on the road. But yeah, man, let's let it ride.
Learn to make green with my beef dinosaur, with a future who refused to go extinct. Connoisseur, a tune's not found in most department stores, cause when it's lost, they leave my mind restored.
Me and the wordplay, man. Love playing around, like, and trying to make the words, move different ways, find deeper meaning in different things, like, and all of that. So omnivore, learn to make green with my beef, right? Like, so like, like for those who don't know, like, one, I don't eat meat with the exception of fish, you know what I mean? So like, the whole omnivore, making a play on that, like, but learn to make green, talking about money, you know what I mean? But like talking about learn to take like beef I had, the frustrations I had, and learn to vent and express those in a healthier way that allowed me to make money. That's what that line is talking about. Dinosaur with a future who refused to go extinct. You know what I mean? Like, I hold on to a lot of my lot of values that maybe would be considered like a bit old, or like just associated with older people and stuff like that. But that's why I call myself a dinosaur that a dinosaur with the future that refuses to go extinct. Connoisseur of tunes that not found in most department stores, talks about being a supporter of like underground music and stuff. Which a lot of times those are where the things that become trends later are found first. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So let's keep it going.
Man, I've brother been through hell and back. Pressure that might bend you, but I won't snap. Tarnished from my disputes, my armor won't crack. Stronger and I'm mentally intact. When it's hard to recall, I focus on the moment when my daughter was born. It's like that.
Yeah, so a lot of that section just really talks about being resilient. You know what I mean? Just talking about the hell, like, I've survived through the crazy things I've experienced in my life. And, a lot of us, we walk through hell, man, to get to heaven on the other side, and just being grateful for that. And then in these moments where, like, like when I'm struggling to find inspiration, so to speak, I think about the many blessings that I have, including, like, how, like, my greatest creation to this day, people might be fans of my music, but the greatest thing I've ever created are my children, you know what I mean? And the love, like, that we put into our life, the constant work that, like, we put in daily to help them thrive. So I find inspiration and motivation in them, like, constantly. It keeps me going, you know what I mean? So that's what it deals with. So yeah, let's keep it going. All right.
Find peace of mind, sit back, let my secret climb. But it seems like somebody want a piece of mind. Back more to the beast, resigned to make things right. Just trying to find peace of mind, sit back, let my secret climb. But it seems like somebody want a piece of mind. Back more to the beast, resigned to make things right. Make things right. Make things right. It's amazing how we can find a way to make it. While some seek to think you're relying on to take it. Disrespect your struggle, they gotta know it's sacred. Time to go to war with Goliath and you dated. Doubters looking on like this guy ain't got a prayer. Unaware that of the giants, you're a slayer. Now I play the game as if I'm the only player. And knowledge of yourself can lighten up the labor.
Yo, so that, again, like, a lot of the lyrics in this song deal with, like, resilience, struggle, like coming through on the other side, you know what I mean? And just like acknowledging, like, how much I've been through and being proud of where I am, you know what I mean? Because no one knows your story better than you, right? And so yeah, man, like talking about like how like sometimes like people disrespect your struggle or don't acknowledge your struggle, you know, and add to it in a lot of ways, right? And so like, you know, I make the reference of like David versus Goliath and stuff, acknowledging that a lot of times the stuff feels overwhelming, it feels like huge and stuff, you know, and so like basically recognizing after a while, like when you understand what resilience is and that you are a resilient person, you understand that like, man, you are a giant slayer of sorts, right? Like you found ways to get through these challenges so many times. And so, you know, and so, yeah, man, just again, man, I can't stress enough, like that's really kind of the core of what this song deals with. But let's keep it going because the bridge is about to come in, and then the music's gonna break down, and then it gets to the third verse, which is, you know, the closer.
Man, I'd rather been through hell and back. Pressure that might bend you, but I won't snap. Tarnish from my disputes, my armor won't crack. Stronger and I'm mentally intact. When it's hard to keep on, I focus on the moment when my daughter was born. It's like that. I just focus on my blessings and the lessons she gave me. Such a powerful weapon when you're stressing like crazy. Plus in and out of sessions, I got brethren to save me. They'll come through in a second, so the question is bravery.
Yeah, man. You know, so when I talk about like I focus on the lessons, she gave me, like, you know, again, acknowledging like a variety of the women in my life, man. I got 2 daughters, huge blessings in my life. My sisters, huge blessings in my life, man. My mom, you know what I mean? The various women I've had the pleasure of working with over the years, whether on the creative side or on the education side, like been surrounded by strong women, man, who've kind of just been huge supporters, not kind of, definitely been huge supporters in my life. And so when I think about the blessings I have and these people who supported me in different ways, man, like, you know, like that's why like it's such a powerful weapon, right? When you're stressing and stuff like that, when I'm nervous about a trip and my sister calls me up just to pray for me before I get on the flight or whatever, you know what I mean? Yo, these things, man, I like, you know, I said it in a tweet one time. I was like, man, I hope everyone has someone in their life that loves them as much as one of my, like, you know, I know all my family loves me, but like my sister I'm closest to, the way she's made herself available to me over the years and supported me and lifted me up and stuff, it's man, you pray everyone has somebody like that in their life, you know what I mean? And so, you know, then it just kind of like acknowledging what these people are to you and like how they come through whenever you need them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let's keep it going.
Maneuver these waters like a vet from the Navy. In my gate for weeks trying to get to my lady. From my slice of heaven, let no fella negate me. Strengthened by its essence, so I cherish it greatly. Its powers are a legend, I won't let it escape me. Without it, they'll break me. With it, I am amazing. They try to...
So, couple things. In this particular part, like, I focus in on my wife in particular and what she's been in my life. Yeah, if you know me, you know, like I've written probably multiple albums worth of songs about my wife alone. Something interesting on the rapidy rap side of things, like, you know, vet from the Navy, right? So like I kind of keep, not kind of, but I keep this 5-syllable rhyme scheme going for like most of this verse or for a lot of this verse. So again, finding ways to do interesting technical things while making sure I don't sacrifice substance. It's what it means to be substantial. You know, here we go.
I drive rather dead than alive. Refuse to let them threaten the thing they help me survive. I hide in the clouds, overheads I reside. That's my blood, sweat, and tears when it rains from the sky. Working overtime, trying to bring dreams to life. Cause you really ain't free if you don't have peace of mind.
Church, man, listen. Again, this verse, yo. This verse. So, you know, just backing up, you know, let's go to, it's like, basically where it's talking about, like, you know, where they try to deaden my drive, right? Like, and like basically people are like the different obstacles trying to slow you up, you know, and again talking about like pushing through, resilience. Again, these topics, these things come up like over and over again. You know, I talk about like you know, kind of separating myself sometimes, right? Like where I say, like, hide in the clouds, over heads I reside. In other words, like saying things oftentimes that go over people's heads, they miss what you're saying or whatever. So I'm like, hey, so, you know, basically deciding, hey man, I'm gonna live there, I'm gonna hide there. This, since it seems like people are oftentimes missing what I'm saying, or what I'm saying in the moment doesn't connect, so then years later people circle back and that particular thing you were pushing is now the thing. So I'm like, man, I hide there. This is where I reside. Clearly, this has been my life for God knows how long. So I stay there. And then I say, this line here is one of my favorites. You know, that's my blood, sweat, and tears when it rains from the sky. So it's like, you know, this idea of if I'm over their heads and people are missing what I'm saying and I choose to live there, then when it rains, that's my blood, sweat, and tears you're feeling. You know what I mean? Since I'm over their heads. And, you know, working overtime just to bring dreams to life, you know, because you really can't, you really ain't free until you have peace of mind, right? Like this idea that the real freedom is that inner peace, right? Finding inner peace, being proud of who you are, understanding who you are, understanding what the path is that you're on. When you start to get some clarity in your life and all of that, that's freedom. You know, that's a real form of freedom, because there's physical freedom, right? But if you're struggling here, if you have these issues here, if you can't get out of your own head, you can't get out of your own way, then how free are you really, right? And so yeah man, it's a powerful track. It's a powerful track. Really, really proud of what I wrote to it, proud of like what we made together and stuff like that, and even happier that so many people connect with it. I'm gonna let the rest of the song ride out, and then we gotta close out the day. All right.
Just trying to find peace of mind. Sit back, let my secret climb. But it seems like somebody want a piece of mind. Matt more to the peace resigned to make things right. Just trying to find peace of mind. Sit back, let my secret climb. But it seems like somebody want a piece of mind. Matt more to the peace resigned to make things right. Just trying to find peace of mind. Sit back, let my secret climb. But it seems like somebody want a piece of mind. Matt more to the peace resigned to make things right.
Yeah, man. Yo, thank y'all so much for listening, man. So yeah, that has been another episode of Anatomy of a Verse with your boy Substantial. I really got to get out of here. My text messages have been blowing up. So I actually got to drive into the office and handle some stuff. So man, I greatly appreciate all of y'all. Love y'all, man. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend. Having an even amazing, even more amazing, there we go, new year, man. I wish y'all infinite blessings in the new year, and thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Yeah, hey man, I appreciate the love, yo. So much love in the comments, man. Thank y'all. Again, man, thank y'all for tuning in. I got to get out of here. No outro video today because, again, man, all of my media has been having some major issues, and so got to spend some time to resolve whatever that is that's going on. But yo, I greatly appreciate y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves, man, and see you next time. Peace.